Welcome to Rock is Reality. Get ready for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, relationships, and a little bit of politics on Motor City Woman Radio. Follow Rock is Reality on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. In the meantime, let's go.
No, let me.
He did it. He did it. Doniss did it. I cracking me up. Welcome to Rocky's Reality. Already we cutting up. You know what? And I love it because Doniss and Tasha remind me of me and Ben. You know you an old married couple. Be calling them George and Wheezy. George and Wheezy.
Help me, Lord.
George and Wheezy. So or James in Florida. One of them. Y'all. For the younger
James
crowd,
Florida.
Google James. We like James in Florida.
James
All right, James in Florida. Let's get listen. Shout out to John Amos and Esther Roll, okay?
All right now.
So, welcome to Rocky's Reality. Y'all know I'm just so irreverent. We just cut to it. Today we have Doniss and Tasha Hicks. And I just want to say thank you for coming and share your story. Because I know it's not easy. I could not imagine what it's like to go through what y'all go through. But so I appreciate you coming and sharing your story. And so today, you all, this is kind of like this is a full circle moment because about 4 years ago, and it's exactly to the day because that show was April 20th. April. Let me get it right. It was April 26th of 2019. And today is April 27th of 2023. So it was like I was looking at I was like, you know what? Because I don't believe in coincidence. You know, I believe God does stuff for a reason.
Yes.
So welcome back to the show. At first, it was initially it was Tasha, and then
Doniss.
Doniss.
The show.
Yeah,
Oh, I was on the show.
right. Because
You called in.
yeah, Doniss called in. He forgot. See, come on, James in Florida. Because that would be the same thing James would say. Like, he'd be like, what?
Right.
And Florida be like, James. So yes, Doniss, you did call in.
Oh.
But it was only for like 15 minutes because I remember listening back and I was like, Doniss, you still there? And it was just like, I was like, okay, he looked. But anyway, I'm glad you did call in for about 15 minutes. But I'm glad you're here in person now to share because when Tasha and I were talking and she said, should I bring Doniss? I was like, yes. Because I think
want to bring me to nothing.
Ooh. Well, listen. I especially requested you.
This year, anyway. I'm glad you
listen. As married folk, sometimes we gotta absence make the heart grow fonder. Now, listen.
Okay.
That give you an appreciation for us when we go away on that little girls getaway and stuff.
That's right.
But Doniss, I insisted you were here because I realized that with this journey, and by the way, you all, they are here in recognition of National Infertility Awareness Week, which is this week. Okay, the 23rd through the 29th of April, I believe is the days. And I insisted upon Doniss coming. And not that Tasha was against it. It's just she was like, do you think I should bring him? You know? And I said, yes, please. She did. She suggested it.
Yes,
she did, Doniss.
I did because it's important.
She did.
To hear the male aspect
and just
of what's going on during this journey. Yeah.
Exactly right. Because in this journey, and this is something we do in society, we think that childbirth and rearing and all of that is mainly on a woman a lot of times, and it's not.
Yeah.
It take two.
Yeah.
And that's something I learned as a mother myself. I had to learn with my firstbborn is let him do it.
Let him
do it. I got to the point where I was
there.
like, look, as long as he ain't keep the baby alive, that's all I cared about. At first I was all like, oh, you gotta use this wipe and these diapers. Man, when she got like 1 year old, I was like, listen, I'm about to go to Walmart. Target, all of that. I'll be back. Just keep her alive.
You'll figure it out.
And actually what I learned is a lot of times they need their daddy. It's something you can't do. It's just certain things we can't do. Even girls, boys, or whatever. It's just certain energy that the daddy can give them that you can't. And so that's why I'm glad at times when I could take a break and be like, so Doniss, of course, I wanted you to be here to share how this journey has affected you as well. Because a lot of times as women, we feel like we're the only one going through it because, of course, we're the one physically who are going through those things. But you going through it mentally and emotionally. And as a couple, as we know, because y'all both been married. I've been married 20 years. Y'all been married, what,
11.
So y'all been married long enough to know when something is affecting your spouse is affecting you too.
Right.
That's right.
So I thank you both for being here. And right quick, I just had to get out the way that Doniss, those oxtails that listen, towards the end, we're gonna talk about Doniss food. Because I saw the menu for Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And I was salivating like, yeah. Okay, but those oxtails gave me life. Doniss, they was nice and good, and I'm glad you weren't stingy with them either. You found some good oxtails.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you know you get oxtails, you be like, ain't no meat on here,
Right,
hardly.
right.
So we'll talk about Doniss's
Yeah.
his business soon. But again, welcome you all, and I wanted to just we have a happy ending to this. This is why I'm excited. Because when Tasha inboxed me and was like, I'm like, ah! I literally screamed, Tasha, for real. I did. I literally screamed. And then I called Gigi. I was like, hey! I was just so excited. Like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Because I've come to realize as a social worker and as a mother, for me, it was easy for me to conceive. And through my work, I saw that it's really a struggle for a lot of people. Like according to the World Health Organization, 1 in 6 people deal. 1 in 6 people. Did I get the stat right?
It was 1 in 8 the last time we met. It's 1 in 6 now.
Okay, so it's gotten a little worse. It's worse.
It's worse.
Wow.
It's a little worse now. And just different variations, variables as to why. And then of course we know with minorities. Of course, because minority women have a tendency more to have fibroids. It's just a lot of variables as to how that can be a disparate number for minorities. But it's a reality that people deal with. And for me, I have to thank my best friend Gigi for helping me realize, and you as well, how tumultuous that journey can be. Because when I wanted to get pregnant, it was like a month later. And it was with both my children. And so I had fairly easy pregnancies, even though I had to have C-sections. But I was blessed to not have to worry about my baby and being in the NICU. And all of that stuff that people go through, all of those layers.
Right.
And so I was like, hey, boo, that's my husband, Ben. Hey, boo, check it out. Doniss was like, I'm going to have to meet him. Y'all probably the same type guy, boo. I'm getting the energy.
Yeah. On there?
Yeah, he's at the bottom. You see, he says beautiful couple.
Oh, okay.
He's watching. Thank you, boo.
All right.
So, yeah. No, he's looking at y'all.
Oh, he's looking at
that y'all. So let's
start.
make
it through.
Y'all been married for 11 years. Yes. Okay. Yes, let's give a class for that. Listen, because y'all know it ain't easy. Listen. But I do feel like there is still hope and love, a lot of positivity in marriage. Like I posted the other day, there are still people who are in love. There are still happily married people. We know anything worth having takes hard work. Just like parenthood. You'd be like, you know what? Oh, Jesus, thank you for blessing me. But you get on my nerves now. So, y'all gonna have the moments when Josiah get older. Like,
we having them now.
If you don't go sit down somewhere.
That's right.
But it's such a blessing. It's parenthood is like the most rewarding and the hardest job ever, right? So y'all been married 11 years.
Right.
Whichever one of y'all want to start first.
Well, you started with how easy it was for you to get pregnant. So she got pregnant almost like right away. I mean,
right after y'all got married.
Right after we got married.
Okay.
So that's when everything started in terms of the difficulty, because she was pregnant and there was joy, and then the next thing you know, it was over in terms of
so I'll elaborate a little bit about that. So I was diagnosed with fibroid tumors at a very young age, well, 26. And so I didn't know what that was. The doctor was like, you have fibroids. I'm like, what is that? He's like, if they're not bothering you, don't worry about it. So I didn't, because you trust what your medical professional is telling you.
Right.
So that was 26. 30, I had my first procedure to remove the fibroids. And
because they had gotten to the point where they were bothering you. They were uncomfortable. They were uncomfortable, right? The periods were heavier. Things were.
They always were heavy. Okay. They always were heavy. I never had light periods,
Okay.
And so I think what happened was he started seeing more and more growing. So I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? We got rid of that set. 33, I'm having a procedure again. So I'm like, wait a minute, now hold on, time out. What's going on? Why
is this before you married Doniss?
This is before I married Doniss. So my history starts before him.
Okay.
And so I'm like, what's going on? Why? And are these things growing back? They can never give me an ideology of, what's going on. I'm doing different diets. I'm working out. I'm doing everything that I knew how to do, because there's not much information out there of the cause or anything. So I didn't know. So I'm guessing. And then I'm reading up Dr. CB. I'm doing everything. And so I'm basically winging it to try to see what is going on in my body. But these things were growing just year after year, more and more and more. And so by the time Doniss and I started dating, I had went on a trip to Miami with some of my sorority sisters.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm in Miami.
That was crazy.
And I said,
wait.
Wait a minute.
Wait, let me get through the story.
Crying already. Listen,
I'm not crying. Wait. Let me
he feeling Doniss feel some type of way about that trip.
So we get. Wait, hold on. Let me tell you. So we're there. We're there. We're I'm in Miami and I'm having a ball with my sword. I'm like, yeah. And so I tell them, I said, y'all, I'm about to start my cycle, and here's my card, because this may not be well. This may not go well. And so I remember we went to
what card? What do you mean? What
my
card?
Insurance card. Because
in case you pass on. Oh my gosh.
And so what happened was, we was going to a white party, and I couldn't make it to the white party because I literally had started passing clots, and the clots were so huge. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? Y'all go to the party, because I obviously not going
in Miami and got to be stuck in a hotel room. I'm like,
oh, okay, you taking too long. Now, this is the part when she took a picture of these things. They look like something from the Blob. They were like,
this is when y'all were dating?
We were dating.
You were dating at this point.
After she couldn't go to the party, so she was like, oh no, so distraught and dramatic, of course. And then
come on.
But she took a picture of these things, and I was like, nah, I've never, as a man, I've never had to deal with issues like that. Like,
y'all lucky.
I didn't even know anything about infertility or fibroids or anything, but she took a picture of these things, and I was like, oh my God. And it was more than one of them. I think it was like,
how large were they?
Oh my God.
They were huge.
They looked like about the size of this damn thing right here.
They were pretty big.
They were huge.
And so,
I don't mean to laugh.
They were
just the way he said it.
They were huge.
big.
And so by the time I got back to Michigan, I'm like, I got to do something. I have to go to the doctor. And so I think you were coming to get me, and I had passed out in the shower. And on my way to the shower, because
did that make you anemic? All that blood?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm like, all these clots, and I'm embarrassed. And Doniss comes over, and this one I said, okay, he my husband, because he done cleaned up this mess. Now he probably wouldn't do that today. Let's be clear.
Yes, I
would. He probably would not do that today, Joe.
Yes,
he was trying to get in. He was trying to get in. So he like, let me.
Believe that.
He was trying to get in. So I'm embarrassed, I have these. I'm like, it's this man. What is going on? They take me to the doctor, and we go together to the fertility doctor, because after we had no, is that what happened? Yeah, we go to the fertility doctor.
Yeah, you had to make an appointment.
And she said it was September when we were in Miami. She said, if you don't get these removed, this was set 3. If you don't get these removed, you won't make it to your birthday. So my birthday's in November. So I'm like, what do you mean?
So you had already had surgery?
No.
Not you said
surgery.
set 3. What do you mean by set?
So this is the third. This is
third
the third. This is going on the third surgery.
Okay.
So this is set 3.
So you had already had 2 surgeries.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
And so she's like, you have to have emergency.
Were you being cut every time, or was this the laparoscopy point?
It was a laparoscopy twice, myomectomy, and then the big one.
Ooh,
so I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So Doniss, in the doctor's office, was like,
we was getting married,
hey, I want to marry you.
Before.
Everybody in the doctor's office crying. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna do it. Let's do a New Year's Eve. So anyway, that's how he proposed.
Anyway, wait a minute.
Made that part up. That's not how it happened. Did it happen? It didn't happen like that.
Yes, it did.
Okay,
Y'all know he don't remember that.
Okay,
so that's how it happened.
I don't
That's how it
remember
happened.
that.
So I had surgery.
y'all were in the
literally.
infertility office or the
Yes,
doctor's
in
office,
the
and he was
doctor's
like, "I'm gonna
office.
marry you."
Yes. So then,
Okay.
yeah.
But wait a minute, hold on then, Doniss.
Well,
How do you
what
remember
you
it then?
remember?
How do you remember it?
You
then?
didn't get on your knee. The hell
No,
you
we
did.
was at work.
He was at work.
Let's not even talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
Okay, did you have a ring? No, that's what I want to know.
No.
Oh,
none of
okay.
that.
Well,
So my story sounds better now, don't it, Joe?
Anyway, listen.
Okay. So listen.
Oh my
So
God.
we go. So that happens, and in December we get married. Okay, so I'm swollen.
New Year's
Wedding,
Eve.
we get married, and we get pregnant right away. So you know, I found out I was pregnant, but I was still.
Were y'all
bleeding.
trying to get pregnant?
No,
No, it was just
no.
like, boop. Okay.
Yeah. And so I go to the doctor, and she's like, "Okay, you having twins." I'm passing out, and Donna's screaming and yelling, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, whoa, slow down."
Woo.
But in the midst
Twins.
of that, I had my cycle the whole time, so I'm like, "That's not right."
During pregnancy?
Yeah, I was.
It
like,
was
"That's not
it was
right."
a normal cycle, or was it less than
I bled the entire time.
like a regular period? Wow. Okay.
So when we went to the doctor, she said, "You have a hematoma, a blood clot in between the twins." So I'm like, "Okay, so what does that mean?" She's like, "Oh, it'll pass." Okay, that's fine. And so we went home 2 weeks later. Because I was a real funny eater while I was pregnant. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this night,
I remember.
but Doniss cooked me some beans, and because I wasn't eating right. And I had 3 bowls of the beans. And I remember my stomach started hurting really bad. Of course, I'm thinking, okay, you ate all doggone beans.
Right, right.
And so we were in the bed, and I'm hoping I don't cry right now. But Doniss is knocked out, and I'm in so much pain. So I get up, I go to
You
the
were how
restroom.
far along at this point?
I want to say I was like entering into my second month.
Okay.
I mean, into my third month. I was going into my second trimester.
Second trimester.
I'm thinking I was right there.
Okay, so like about 5-6 months. Well, yeah, no, the 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months.
Right. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe about 2 or 3. Maybe about 3.
Okay.
And so I'm in the restroom, and it's blood everywhere because again, I never stopped bleeding. And I'm like, what is going on, Lord? Just take it out. Whatever.
Wait a minute, and the doctors were like, okay, you fine.
They
Even though
told
you were
me-
still having a period, they were like, oh, you fine.
they
Babies are
said
fine.
that the hematoma would pass.
Okay.
So I'm in the restroom, and I'm I'm bleeding, I'm hurting, I'm in so much pain. I'm hollering for Doniss to come. And so this is where the resentment comes.
Yeah.
Because
hey.
I'm hollering for you to come, and you don't hear me. I'm hollering at the top of my lungs. Doniss does not hear me. So I knew then, I'm like, this is happening. I knew it was happening. So when I got up, I was able to see it in the commode, and I was like, oh my God, I just miscarried. Oh my God. So I finally woke Doniss up. I'm like, something's not right. Something's not right. I think I laid in the bed for like maybe a day or so, because Doniss was like, oh, you fine. Go ahead. Go pray about it. You'll be all right. Not initially. Not initially.
Yes, we did.
We didn't initially. I remember. I remember. So we didn't go initially. We did go maybe that next day, and we get to.
I don't remember the next day.
He don't remember yesterday. Okay. so we go to Providence, and
the next day.
Maybe the next day, which that was April the 25th. So that's 11. Yeah.
Oh wow,
right,
Lord.
Right.
Ooh.
So, and then they said, it's nothing there. I mean, they were so insistent. There's nothing there. I'm like, what do you mean it's nothing there? I mean, I knew, but can you just be a little bit more gentle and kind with it?
Right.
And
we sorry, ma'am. We're sorry to tell you this.
What do you see? I'm like, nothing. She was like, because there's nothing there. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
You know a bitch.
That part.
That would have flew out my mouth like, bitch.
So I said, okay.
I'm not calling Tasha a bitch, y'all, by the way. I'm calling that nurse. A bitch.
So that's what happened.
Or the doctor.
And so that's how we began the journey. For real. That's how I began. So, again, I'm pissed at Doniss. I'm like, dude, I'm calling on you. You supposed to be there. You
I had no idea that she was mad like that.
Oh, I was mad.
I had no idea.
To be fair, it wasn't his fault that you miscarried.
No, it wasn't
his
fault.
Just you. I just needed you in that moment, though.
Yeah. So this is where it gets real. and the part of how it started affecting our relationship and other relationships comes in, because it was not, Doniss is a very strong man, right? So his thing is, we're not gonna worry about it. That infamous, we're gonna pray about it, and we're gonna let it go. Right. And so I'm sitting here like, do you understand what just happened? Because I've never been pregnant before. None of
for
this,
men, we don't that part we don't understand. I mean, there's no way I could have connected, because for men, we're taught to, like, if something goes
suck it
wrong,
up and keep it moving.
You keep it moving.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, well, we just gotta, because my dad and my mom, we never went through that experience. At least I didn't know if they went through that experience. My mom did lose a child before I was born, but I had no idea. They never talked about it. Nothing was expressed. They say he's actually buried in San Antonio, but they never told us.
Right, because you know what, we hear about that. She lost the baby. They don't talk about it. They don't sit down at the table and talk. Family, they don't, especially our grandparents and parents, their generation, we keeping it moving. Oh, she lost a baby. She lost 3 babies before she had Uncle Sam, and they just keep it moving. They don't sit down and talk about, say, this was tragic for our family.
Right.
We're grieving. Right. We were grieving. This is why we acted this way. So,
let alone the emotional part, how to deal with it. We just didn't know. I had no idea.
I mean, because Tasha, do you feel like were you resentful because he just didn't have the tools, or because I know at times as a spouse, we feel like you should be understanding what I'm going through.
Yeah, you should know. Like,
as I've come to see, sometimes our spouse don't have that capacity because they didn't have them tools when they was younger.
Right.
Well, that was a lot. That played a large part, and the fact that at the time, he was really, really into the church, and so he was a deacon.
Okay.
So his thing was,
okay. Yeah.
We're praying about this, and we're gonna move on. I'm like, no, we're gonna deal with this because I'm still here.
Yeah.
This still happened to me, and he didn't want to deal with it. So that's where the breakdown.
That was part of it too, because in the church, we just.
That's how that church hurt me sometimes. So it's like, keep it moving. Y'all know,
pray,
you're supposed to sacrifice, and God don't make no mistakes.
He's gonna heal you. Yep. God don't make no mistakes. He's gonna heal you. And the advice we were getting just wasn't for us.
Right.
That wasn't right for us. It wasn't right for her. So, it was a lot of hurt involved.
It was a lot of hurt.
It was a lot of hurt.
Okay, love it. So shout out to everyone who was watching. I have to say, this is one of our most watched shows. So I'm excited about that.
For tuning in.
I love it. I love it. So this is just shows. And Ben said those oxtails were slapping. Latanya,
gotta put the oxtails in.
Excuse me. Latoya Ellis says, I love Doniss. And Shelby Blackley says, Doniss gonna keep it real. Deborah says, they are fooling. Yes. and I am encouraging them, because it's definitely we got to laugh in between it.
But can I say this real quick for the men who are watching?
Oh, and Leandria, Leandria, she was on the first show with us. So shout out to her. Right. Hey, shout out to everyone who's watching.
Girlfriends, those are my really girlfriends.
Listen to your spouse, because they hurting, and we just don't know how to fix it. But if we listen, maybe you can learn a little something about what women go through in terms of infertility. I had no idea.
Do you think you should have listened more?
That's what I just said.
No, you said that what they did. I'm saying, do you think you should have? I'm asking you a personal question.
If I'm saying they should listen, that means me.
I think he's saying, I learned that lesson.
Yes,
I learned that lesson.
Let's see how she tried to turn it around. I'm telling
That's what he said. He telling the men.
Listen.
They need to listen,
because we need to listen
instead of trying to fix it. Because that's sometimes what we need y'all to do. Just listen. And I don't know for you, Tasha. This is for me. Sometimes I don't need Ben to try to fix it.
Right.
I certain stuff, if I want him to fix it, okay, this is what I need you to do, or can you help me? But sometimes we just want you to
just be quiet.
Right.
Just listen.
And it's
because I wanted, I wanted him to like embrace me and just be like, it's gonna be okay. But he just didn't come from that. So it was not that. It was more so like, I mean, you still in the bed. this is what you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, this is right here.
Right. I want to
Because
be. I gotta be depressed. I gotta go.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know you.
Wait a minute. Why
who?
Now Victor Jones talking some Tasha can be a little much.
A little bit dramatic. So
Keely Lackey says thank you, Tasha and Doniss, for sharing your, and you can see it pop up there.
I can't
the village is, okay, yep. It says thank you, Tasha and Doniss, for sharing your story and testimony. The village is here. I love it. So shout out to everyone, and make sure y'all like and subscribe Rocky's Reality, because we got more compelling stories to tell. So talk about the shift. So okay, we into this now. We know that we're having infertility issues. Talk about some of those. And I love that you told me about the movie. Oh my God, what was the name of the movie? It's on Netflix, y'all, and it is a great.
Y'all help me out.
Let me go to my inbox to look it up. It's a phenomenal story. It's got Paul Giamatti, who is hilarious. He is a great actor.
They probably telling you.
No, that's okay. I'm about to.
But it was white people.
Yep. but then white folks was going through it though,
and it was the real. It was
Private Life.
Yes.
Private Life. Thank you. A Private Life. Yes, Private Life on Netflix. Y'all, they were white folks, but they were hilarious, Doniss.
And it was real.
And even Ben was watching it with me. He was like, "Dang, I could kind of, those letdowns, those moments where." And okay, so this is what I wanted to ask: how did it affect your sex life? Because when you trying to conceive, that has got to be such a mood killer.
So.
No, I want Doniss to start with this.
Okay.
Because it was.
Please, now I'm gonna come to you, Tasha, but I want to hear.
She made it like going to work instead of like being sexual like she was, and hey.
Right, the little freaky. We come, when we freak.
Come on, look.
Right, when we comfy, we freaky.
I'm ovulating. I'm ovulating. What?
I don't think you're supposed to pick that.
You
up.
can.
Okay.
You can. It's just a bell.
It's just a bell, man.
Ring the bell, Doniss. Ring the bell.
Listen, and that's what it would be like. I'm ovulating. I'm like, what the hell? You didn't watch the clock when I'm ovulating. I'm like, I don't know anything about ovulation. Right. I have no idea. I don't know what cycle.
Y'all don't have to worry about none of that.
So
that's why I say women deserve all things. So I ain't got to worry about none of that. So for you, it's like a chore.
It was. Like, what did I got to go punch into? Shit, what the hell is going on here? So that made it like difficult, and then you start to retract back, and So it was. Oh my God!
It was really hard.
Was really
because
difficult.
For me,
did you realize you were doing that though, Tasha, or you were just like, look, I'm on a mission.
She was on a mission.
This is my purpose. My purpose is we need to be pregnant. So look, it is 8:00. You supposed to be, and this is me. What's up? I already took the stem because again,
the stem.
These medications. This medication.
Okay. What is the stem? It's like a course of medications.
Right.
Okay.
And these medications cost thousands of dollars.
Not covered by insurance.
No.
Okay. Ooh, y'all both said that.
No. I don't know how much she spent. To this day, I have no idea.
Doniss, don't worry about that. Y'all don't worry about how much we spent.
How can I worry? I know what a bank account look like.
So
I have no idea.
So we did time sex. We did, and it was horrible. It was horrible.
Time sex,
right? So what they would do is like the ovulation. Your little bell will go off, and it's like, okay, you're ovulating. Your window is open, and I'm like, come on, the window's open. He was like, what window? And I'm like, the window. Like we need to. Dude, and he was like, yeah, this not fun. And I'm like, it's not, but we have a purpose. And so we went from that to doing IUI. That's
what's
like,
IUI? Okay.
Turkey base,
Okay.
That did not work.
Where his sperm was put into the turkey baster and then shot up in you? Okay.
At a medical facility.
Okay.
And so, and then we did IVF as well.
Okay.
And so
I'm just stopping you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I just want to, some of these terms we get so used to saying them. People, the layman's, I want to, in layman's terms so people can understand what we mean by these technical terms. But I know y'all wasn't in the bed and he shot.
Right.
Of course, you went to the facility.
But I have had to give her a shot.
Listen. That part where she pat her ass over there.
It was all of that. He did all of that. He did because I couldn't do it. I was just like, could you help me out with this? And he would come in there with an attitude. He was mad. I'm sick of this. And I would be like, but you're not. And then I'm upset because, dude, you're not doing anything. The only thing you're doing is sticking a shot. You ain't got to do nothing. So then when it comes to the part where he was like, okay, well, maybe it's Doniss. Let's have Doniss check.
Yep. And
and my ass checked out. Did you hear
and
me?
he was so offended.
But wait a minute, Doniss, that is another misconception. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of times it's the male whose sperm count is not on point.
Was straight.
Right. But
good.
It was, but to get him to go, we battled, we went back and forth. It was horrible. And he was like, "You don't understand what I had to go through."
So wait a minute, Doniss, did you?
But I had to do
it. Did you have to like make yourself ejaculate? Did you have to jack off? Did they put you in the room with the pornos? Is that real?
I wanted black porno, okay?
So wait a minute. So that's what I'm asking. So that's real. Because I've only seen that on the TV. They do have you like go in a room and watch like the porno.
I think I did it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I would have wanted some black pornos too.
It was okay because I loved her and I wanted her to have
big
a baby.
butts and all of that. Listen,
no, it wasn't none of that.
Brazilian.
No, it was white. This was out the white people.
No, I don't want no Ron Jeremy. No Ron Jeremy.
Wasn't none of that. But we had to do that. I mean, we had to.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, I got to go in there.
So wait a minute, let me ask for people to understand the logistics of this. What would happen when you would have to go get aroused and ejaculate into a cup?
Yeah, because he wouldn't let me go. I'm like, well, let me go. I can sit in there. I don't want you. Don't go. I don't want you near me. I'm like,
because you turning it into work again.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So what did you have to do?
You don't supposed to ask me the questions. I'm supposed to ask her questions.
Ooh. Rocky said, "What did you do? What happened?"
No, I mean that's what I said. So you went and you ejaculated into a cup.
Into a cup, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then it was over. It was so unfulfilling. Shit.
Right. I bet. Right.
As a man, you have to do it for your wife.
Yeah.
You know, because
yeah.
What else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And afterwards, you go to work. I mean,
I know we laughing, but I just want to take a moment to give both y'all flowers for getting through that.
Yeah.
Because
it was.
I'm
rough.
Sure that
it was rough. It was a many night. I'm telling you.
I'm sure Gigi said that it was very medical and vanilla.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
and you hate that because already with marriage, you gotta keep it
hard.
spicy,
That's
right? You gotta keep it spicy the longer you are together. So you don't want to make it a chore. Like, so I really I know that had to be just like so frustrating.
It was very frustrating. And then for me, the years go by, and they're telling me,
So did you ever get pregnant again?
No,
just the twins, and that was it. That was only pregnancy.
That was only pregnancy. So I'm like, okay, the doctors are being there. Optimistic, because they want your money and they want your money, right? So they're telling you all these things, and I'm believing these things, but they don't know. They don't know for sure. Nothing is guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So in the midst of this, Doniss is doing his thing. He's getting the buggy and doing the meals, and I'm pissed.
She mad as hell.
I am mad. I'm like, God, this is what we doing. I have to be here and just support him, and I get nothing.
This when he was starting his business. You're saying getting the buggy and the meals.
All of this, the focus has changed.
Yeah.
His focus changed.
This when you started living for life well.
I had already started, but it started getting a little bit more, time consuming.
Yeah. And so the focus went from us trying to build a family to Doniss trying to build his business. So, I'm helping because I'm the supportive wife. I'm going to help Doniss build this business. Then I start, the years go by, he building this business. And I'm sitting here like I still don't have no baby. That's not right. And so then Doniss would say, he said to me, and this is probably the most hurtful thing because people say so many different hurtful things, but then have your husband say it. And this is the real, it's not to slight him, but this is the realness of what happens in this journey. He goes to me one day, and he's like, you still want to do that? That's still what you want to do? And baby, let me tell you, it was
you definitely ain't getting none for about a week after that.
Listen,
I'm sure.
I was one for the end, and it was ugly.
But when we started the journey, as a man, you're a certain age. You're like 40. I was 40, 44.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Now we still going now. I'm 50. So
I'm getting older, right?
Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm like. And then you got your friends say, "Yeah, you gonna have a baby in 50 years."
Right.
You go.
Your friends having babies. Your friends having grandbabies.
They
get
older. Her friends. So then, but what really turned it around, I think, is when Tasha, like, somehow she I don't know where it came from, but I thank God for her support group and everything for helping along with this. But she finally, like, you can tell in her attitude where she kind of let go of a lot of the hurt that she was feeling.
Yeah, they helped me through a lot.
And then
the fertility for
color girls,
fertility for color girls.
Yeah, really,
they helped me because I had no one to talk to. My girlfriends had children, you know, their children were growing,
and it's hard when because it's hard to relate when you're not going through that same right.
So
you need those like-minded ladies because of course they're gonna be. Try to be sympathetic, but they can't be empathetic really because they're not going through it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like they didn't know what to say. It's
right.
like, girl,
it's awkward.
Yeah. So it was just, it was a trying time. And so I think when the shift came, because we getting into it. So when the shift came is, you know, I'm mad. I'm upset with Doniss, and you know, I'm thinking, I'm like, my marriage is over because at this point, I'm like, I'm not getting what I want out of this. I need to be out, you know? And so, we had one more chance. U of M. We had one more opportunity. So October 1st, 2021, right? Right before the pandemic, 2021. I went in, we had one more embryo.
That was 2019. Because the pandemic, it was 2020.
Well,
no, this was during the pandemic.
Okay, so it was during. Oh, I thought you said right before.
No,
she's skipping some parts.
Well, look what time it is.
Yeah,
so,
no, you got to get to
well, we got a couple.
Part.
Yeah, I'm getting.
We going a little. We going about 6 minutes past 8 because we did, but we do. Yeah, we.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened was, you know, we still going through the infertility. You know, I probably done been to every doctor in Michigan. They probably know me by name. Okay, so we get to U of M. One of ladies from the infertility group told me, go up to U of M, it's 60% off. And I'm like, 60% off? Because we don't have no money.
What, for IVF?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't have
okay, and let's right quick. Let's run a rough number for people. IVF. How much does it cost usually?
Ooh,
about 10 G's.
Oh no. Girl,
more than that.
Don't even bring it up.
Yeah, you know, a cycle, depending on where you go, it could be from 25 to 40, just depending. Yeah, because you have the
$1,000
medications.
You know what? God damn. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So you went up to U of M. Yeah, they had 60% off. Okay.
And then they had a African American endocrinologist that specialized in fibroids. Oh, I'm winning. Okay. So I'm like, yes, she's gonna get me all the way together.
Amen.
She was 100% invested in my case, and what happened was she says I can't perform your surgery, but I got a surgeon. So I'm like, okay. My surgeon was bomb. I'm like, this is beautiful. It was great. U of M was great to us. So we go, this is the middle pandemic, we masked up, you know, Doniss can't go back there with me. And I remember, so this is like,
so they had his sperm stored. They had
we have an embryo.
Okay.
So we have one embryo left.
Oh, that okay.
One embryo left. One embryo left. So we're like, okay, we're gonna remove the rest of these fibroids again. So this is 4. This is 4. We're gonna remove these fibroids. We're gonna do the IVF in 6 months. And guess what? Voila. And so we go to U of M. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I remember because I was praying. I was like, "Ooh, I'm just asking the ancestors to be with me as I go into this surgery." And I remember going under. I remember the doctor saying, "I'm gonna give you some ooh-wee right now." And I was like, "Right here," because we weren't in the OR yet. So I was like, "Okay." I go under, and I remember waking up like 7 o'clock p.m. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm like,
this one's supposed to take that long.
Something not right. I knew instantly because you know I'm in healthcare. I've been in healthcare.
Okay, wait a minute. You going to your part. I'm out in the line.
I'm about to say what happened.
No, my own part.
Okay. Because he was waiting.
I'm waiting
for you to come out of surgery, right?
I'm waiting. I'm like, what is taking so long? So I had to, I gave an update to her dad and I think it was Nikki. So I called Nikki and her dad. I was like, I don't know what's happening, you know, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's come out yet. And then so finally, I'm like, damn, this is taking a long ass time. They said it was going to be a certain amount of time, like 4 hours. It's like late, it's getting dark. So then finally the doctor comes out and he's like, he was looking somber like, and he said, you know, we have to, if we don't do a emergency hysterectomy, she's not gonna make it because she already had lost like 2 liters of blood.
Oh my God.
And she was out. She was about to lose her life. So when he told me this, he was like, when he told me she had to have the emergency hysterectomy, I'm thinking like, wow, she's gonna be devastated because she wanted to be pregnant.
But you were good. You had already made your peace with it, sounds like.
Yeah, I made my peace with it because it had to be done, but I knew it was a difficult thing. And then when he came out and was like saying like what was going on with her, it was so much damage that they just couldn't repair. When I heard it was just
probably scar tissues from previous surgeries too.
A lot of scar tissue, and they said she just, if they didn't do the hysterectomy, she was just going to hemorrhage to death. So, and she had no idea about this. So then I had to call after I was like, yeah, go ahead, gotta do what you gotta do. And then I had to call Dad and Nikki and let them know that she had to have a hysterectomy. And then when she came to, is when she stopped her story. When she came
so
to, she had no idea.
Yeah, thank you for chiming in, Doniss. Because we have to understand where what's happening on the other side too. Because that is
So we I come out and like I said, 7:30, and I'm like, and I'm looking at my vitals, and I remember it was like 96/62, and I said to the nurse, I said, what happened? Something's not right. And she was very nasty. I mean, she said, the doctor would talk to you when you get to your room. Ooh. And so I was like, I was too weak to even fight her because I wanted to get her.
This was up at Michigan?
This was at Michigan, but I'm in recovery. I'm in, I'm in post-op, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with this lady. And so what happened is she went to go give a report. I'm nosy. So she went to go give a report, and I can hear her giving a report. When she came back in the room,
you should have been nosy.
Right. I asked her, I said, they took my uterus in there, and this woman bawled. She cried.
The same one
because she was like, because of HIPAA, I wasn't supposed to tell you. I'm so sorry.
They couldn't
the
tell
doctor
her
was supposed to tell me. She was like, your doctor is distraught. He is distraught, and he'll see you when you get to your room. Well, when I got to my room, my doctor wasn't there. So, Doniss couldn't stay. Again, this is COVID. So I'm up there by myself. I didn't fail. It was just horrible. The next day, the doctor comes in and he's pacing back and forth. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm looking at him. He said, listen, I'm so sorry. Like, he is red. He was like, I tried everything. And like, he's almost about to cry.
He did say
I said, you did what you were supposed to do. You saved my life. Because in that moment, let me tell you what changed for me. I knew I didn't have to do it anymore. I knew that my body had gave out. It was nothing else that I could physically do. I had tried to fight these things for 20 some odd years. It was nothing else I could do. And so it was done. So it was almost a sense of relief when it happened. And so I just thanked him.
It was a sense of relief, but she still wanted to have a baby. I'm like, are you serious? You still want to have a baby?
We're not giving up. We're not giving up.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm 50 some years old. What am I going to do with a baby? So fast forward, because we're running out of time. But then the fast forward, then one of our good friend,
at this point you wanted to looking at adoption then, Tasha?
It went to the adoption.
Because it's just like in the movie. Look, you take it whatever option you can.
Right.
Hey. Okay. So whatever option you have, you're going with it, right? So what happens is that we interview with the couple agencies, and here's the thing that I did not like. A lot of people would say, just adopt. Just adopt. So understand, people, that adoption is expensive. It's not assembly line and just pick one. So it's
especially if you want a baby.
You're still looking at 30,000, 40,000. So I'm thinking to myself, retirement.
Yeah.
I'm all in our money. I'm like, I'm gonna do this for retirement. And he like, girl, you crazy. And I'm like, we could do it. So we go to all these agencies, and
lady coming over. Lady coming over.
We get our whole study, and everything went fine. So what happened was, I kind of like settled in myself and said, you know what? It was kind of like an unspoken, I don't know. I come to Jesus moment for myself, and I was just like, you know what? Just let it go, because you did your home study and they told you about 1 or 2 years, and then by that time you'll be 50. Girl, just go travel. That's what I had said I was going to do it myself.
Until Portia came.
So what happened was, once again, I'm on an excursion. I'm in Chicago. I'm having a good time with some friends, and my soror, just my spiritual sister, Dr. Portia Lockett, she texts me and she said, "Hey, you need to call me right now." And so I'm like, "Okay, I'm in Chicago."
The one who spoke at the
right.
thing.
I'm
Okay.
like, "I'm in Chicago. Like, I can't right
Mhm.
now." She was like, "Look, I have a mother that is she wants to relinquish her rights.
Oh my God.
She's ready to go. Like this, you need
Because
to
she
call
works in
me."
the hospital as well, right?
She
Yeah.
does, but this
Okay.
doesn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
So I'm calling her. I'm like, what? So I'm crying. I'm bawling. So
Right.
my sister and a couple of my girlfriends are with me, and I'm like, you have to hold this until you get back to Detroit. You cannot say nothing within myself. So I meet with the potential mother. Well, yeah, the birth mother, and she's like, look, I never loved this baby. I never loved this baby, and I've been praying for a mother. And you're
Because this was her
sixth baby.
Okay.
Six.
Yeah.
So this was
baby.
she had several before.
Several before.
She had tried
And she was
to,
honest enough with herself to say, I don't want this.
I
she
don't
tried
want
to
this
self-abort Josiah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So
glad that didn't
Crazy.
work.
Yeah,
I'm glad
didn't
too.
work.
Glad, look at God.
Probably why he
Yeah.
don't like people to mess with his face.
Oh my God. Oh my
But
God,
look,
that is
look.
so listen.
So I meet with
Oh,
her,
Lord.
and at this point, because again, I'm going for what
Right.
what I know. So
Listen.
I ain't called Doniss. I ain't said nothing.
He
I'm like,
said
come on.
a word.
I meet with the mother. We exchanging information, and she was like, "You're perfect." And I'm like, "So you're gonna give me this baby just like that?" She was like, "Yeah." She said, "You need to go." And I'm like, as a matter of fact, just like, yeah. She was like, "You need to go get a car seat, and you need to go to the store because this baby coming early." So I had just met her.
So she was she was like well into her
she's
pregnancy.
ready. She's ready. So when I got the information, I thought it would be like
no prenatal care.
No prenatal care. Nothing.
Okay.
She was done. The only thing she did do was marijuana while she was pregnant. So I said, look, if this baby is not healthy, I can't do it. I've been through too much. I can't do it. She was like, he's fine. Everything is gonna be. I said, no, girl, I've been praying. I've been praying for a girl. I know it's gonna be a mini me. So I said, how you know? You haven't even had no prenatal care. How you know it's gonna be a boy? She was like, it's a boy. He's gonna be mighty. He's gonna be a powerful young man.
But they had all this conversation. I had no idea what was going on.
Let me tell you something, Rocky. Listen,
they both called me on the phone.
It was about me and this here transaction at this point.
But they called me on the phone, and I thought, let me tell you don't got to tell me what to say. They called me on the phone and was like, you got to do that, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are y'all fucking crazy as hell? What the hell y'all talking about? I got to do that.
This was the birth mom and Tasha.
This is the birth mom and Tasha talking to me, telling me what I had to do. And I'm like, hell no, y'all are fucking crazy. Because I was no way in the world I was going to do that. But, of course, guess what happened?
We get to talking to you.
Yes.
Like, listen.
It was, you know what?
You ain't telling us no too often, not for long.
It was you gonna do it, or
it turns into yes.
It was,
listen,
and then it was
that's
gonna
how
be
be like.
So the blessing of it all was I was able to be there. I was able to witness my son being born. I was able to name him. I was able to hold him for the first time. I was able to just bond with him, tell him he's loved and all those things. And we are raising Josiah to not dislike her or hate her or talk down about her, because if it was not for her, there would be no him and there would be no us. So we're gonna love her. He will know that he's adopted. But he will know that he's very loved, very loved. And I have so many people that helped me, supported me, gave to me, gave to us, continuously doing so. We had nothing. I had nothing.
Yep.
And my girlfriend sacrificed. They gave me a baby shower. The ending is just
listen. When the blessings comes, people like, let me bless you,
and
let me bless you.
Told me before we had been talking, before about this, and she said, God is just gonna bless you with a baby. It's just gonna happen. I said, yeah, that happens.
That's what Dr. Portia said.
This is what she said. And she was like, it's gonna be unexpected blessing.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, that happens in the Bible. That's not gonna happen.
You're like, I'm on TV.
Yeah, and
but
and
because you had so much disappointment to that point. See, but that's what God do. That's what God do right there, though. He bless you unexpectedly.
He was so
that's
unexpected.
What he do. Just when you done gave up hope,
he
like, see, you done forgot.
And so I hope that is encouragement for other women that are in this struggle.
Yeah. Don't give up hope.
This was never, adoption was never on my radar because I felt
And
like
it wasn't
I could
on
do
mine
it.
either.
Yeah.
But
that baby looked like Doniss. So
I know he did.
I
I don't know. I mean, me and Gigi was looking at the picture. I said, we was like, damn, the baby do look like Doniss though. So shit.
Like we're really happy. Let's really know the story.
That's God. God was like, look, he about to look like him.
Yeah, she was literally gay, and it was so fun. I don't know if you know who Queen Mother is before she passed. Okay, but I was told by several people, just get a young girl to have a baby for you. I didn't know any young girls. You know, and who's gonna do that? And I don't have no money to pay. I don't have no money for no surrogate. But that's exactly
not after
what
all of them
happened.
IVF payments. Yeah, shit.
Listen.
Wait a minute. So can we bring up the slideshow and then we gonna bring baby Josiah, so y'all can see him, y'all. I was so happy also when Tasha. Thank you again, Tasha, for sharing. And she was like, "Do you want me to bring Josiah?" I'm like, "Yay!" So look at him.
So I was blessed with one of my sorority sisters is actually his daycare provider. And so she takes care of him. She takes the best pictures. So shout out to Shelby.
That baby really do look like you, Doniss. Got that big old forehead and everything.
I'm thinking Nikki coming up, but yeah,
is she coming up? Did you ask her if she can come up with him?
Shelby takes all these great. She captured all these great moments with Josiah. And I'm so blessed that I can have somebody to watch.
He look like he got your eyes, Tasha, and like Doniss's head, though.
Yeah. I mean, God did.
That baby do look like a mix of y'all.
He does.
You know what?
That's
cool? My favorite right there. So look at him.
Yeah.
So it turned on the bench like that, was though. So, like he got about to tell us something.
I'm telling you, 10 years of struggling. And to end up with this blessing, I'm telling you, it has just been a journey. I mean, it's a lot. I'm not. Yeah, I look young, but I'm not. I'll be 50 in November, so it's a challenge. But I have such the bomb village. I'm talking about from everywhere.
Oh, he does. He's so cute.
I want to know. I don't know how to get her to tell me. I don't know.
Bring him up. I was gonna say if we could just holler right. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna holler down the steps right quick.
Okay. Yeah. So
she didn't hear us.
I don't know. She might be there.
Oh, there wasn't on downstairs, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Lord.
So
Lord. Okay, we sorry, big sis.
Okay.
So or is that younger sis?
Younger.
Okay.
Younger.
Hold on. Let me.
So, yeah.
Y'all give me a moment. I'm gonna have her bring the baby up because we want to see the baby. It's
So a lot of people wanted to know how we got Josiah. So that's really what happened.
But wait, you didn't go into what men my age.
I guess.
Think about
you gonna let her know to come up. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So good.
Me and if you're over 50 and you think
right, because how's that? Yeah, little baby. Yeah, how's that? Y'all tired? That's why I asked them. Like, are y'all tired? Because having a baby. Look at him. Hey, Josiah.
But we're at
Thank you, Auntie.
The point in our lives now where we can really be pour into them and everything. So.
Yeah, because now see, this is my thing. Like energy wise, you tired, but you can teach him some things from a mature level.
From a different level,
right? Because you've lived life.
Yep.
So that's what I was going to ask. How's that? Y'all being older parents? What is that like?
Well, for me, it's been wow. It's been like it's been more of a joy than I thought it would be.
Is he gonna come to me? Let's see.
It's been a joy. It's been a great pleasure.
Look at your juicy self. I ain't gonna kiss him.
You said what?
I said it's been more of a joy for me than I thought it would be, because he's a baby, so you gotta. But I'm very protective of him. If she started digging in his nose, I'm mad.
Yeah, we was about to, honey. It was about to go down.
You gotta get
but at least talk to the boy. Tell him what you're doing to him.
He a chill baby too. Yeah. Good baby. Oh, he gets nice and juicy.
Yeah, he's real chill. Girl. So he's a good baby. He's really.
He ain't eating food yet?
He eating a little bit.
This is just formula
for the most part.
Somebody giving him some grits.
This
baby don't have some grits.
He eats stuff like that, but no like chicken or nothing like that.
Okay, so he is eating baby food.
Yeah, he eats baby food.
He's vegetarian. vegetarian already.
I don't like
Real,
vegetables.
though. He is, because
He don't like meat. He don't really
had
like meat.
Not yet.
No, keep it like
Oh
that.
my God,
doing
he
really
is gorgeous.
good.
I
Vegetarian,
just love
no.
him. Look at him, and he know what to do with this
Oh,
pastor.
look
There
at
you
him.
go.
Look at him.
You know what? You know what, Josiah? What you about to do when you get older, huh? You a future leader. This one here, we about to see him in the future.
You better watch your
phone. We about to see him in the future. You in the snatch? Yeah, let me, because I haven't had a baby in 12
So
years.
it's a blessing. I'm telling you, this unexpected blessing. We never thought that this would happen.
What, you want to get up?
But he has been a joy. He's definitely he definitely was worth it. I'm so glad God blessed me with a boy.
So is he meeting all his milestones? He healthy? How's he good?
Just took him to the doctor Monday. Absolutely, everything is great.
Look at him.
He's quiet right now. 23 pounds, right?
You know your baby weighs as much as a 1-year-old. Y'all know that, right?
Really?
Yeah.
A 1-year-old weight is
much.
much.
Like 18.
Yeah.
He like, this is future linebacker here. He
Yeah.
looking like a little Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah. And
He
he's
kinda
very strong.
I see him pushing up. I
He's
see.
very strong. Very
Where you
strong.
going?
So I had to make sure I gave him a powerful name.
Josiah
Gabriel, yeah.
I love it. Yeah, how did y'all come with the name? Right.
So I came up with the name.
Okay.
Again.
I ain't come up with nothing.
This is gonna happen,
Told
right?
you, I didn't know about it
God
until 2 weeks
heals.
in.
Josiah's God heals, and Gabriel is the strength of God.
I
made sure that I incorporated, the Father
King
and
Josiah.
and made sure that he had that foundation, and that he had a strong name, and so that's how he's gonna say his name, Josiah Gabriel. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
look at you.
He's the joy of my heart.
I really,
and he has
appreciate
blessed
y'all
our
sharing.
family. His auntie over there,
Thank you,
and grandma, honey.
Grandma.
And I'm talking a lot of my
my God.
sorors.
The first night
this
that
ain't y'all this is only y'all baby on paper,
That's
okay?
it.
This
That's
is not
right.
this is everybody else's baby. Okay, so we only got a couple minutes. But y'all know that, right? It ain't about y'all no more. When you have kids, don't nobody care about y'all no more. They like, what the baby do? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, what we gonna do?
Get down?
You want to get down? You want to go to mama? Okay, all right, that's fine. Listen, I know. Okay.
What's up,
Look
man?
at that little. He's so cute. Look at you.
Sleeping.
I know life is hard. Eating and sleeping, getting your butt wiped all day. I know that's hard work, Josiah. Oh,
okay.
he like I like you better over there. That's fine.
Hang in there, ladies.
He know his
Hang in
mama.
there.
That's
Gentlemen.
a blessing.
Hang in there.
You too.
God
Yes,
has a
Doniss,
plan.
and I want
Hang in there,
to.
gentlemen.
Right quick, Doniss, tell us about Living for Life Wellness.
Wellness. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
let's
we,
right quick.
we
Get
got
a
a
little
lot
plug
going on.
in.
We got the food buggy. We got DoorDash starting this weekend. We got
Yes.
we'll be at Detroit Sip on May the 6th. So come on down.
Where can they find you? Where can they follow you?
Living for Life Wellness LLC.com or
With the number 4, right?
Yep, with the number 4. Yep.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much
Yeah.
for
I
listening to
love
our
y'all.
story.
Listen, thank you for
Hang
sharing.
in there, ladies. If you on this journey,
That baby
reach out to
sleepy.
me. Reach out to me.
I just wanted to read some of the
Yeah, reach
comments
out to
before
Here, you want
we go off, y'all. Some I want to go back and read some of what. Okay, no, it ain't showing me.
Oh.
It ain't showing me. I mean, well, right. It's giving me a little flux, but we can always go back and let me see. Right, I know I was gonna go back to some where that right there came into the world purposely for you and Doniss. God knows that what he's doing. Thank you both for your transparency and for sharing your journey and being open about your struggles. Love your nephew Jojo and can't wait to meet him. Auntie Shan. Okay, that is love. Doniss is so funny. Tasha, y'all going to be the better parents. Oh, what? What you want your mama? She done ruined. Oh, he want his auntie.
Yeah, he want her.
Oh, auntie got him spoiled.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so it's been a
Yeah,
blessing. I'm
spoiled.
telling you,
It's
long
been
journey. 10 years is a long time.
Did he
But
not
God
be
is
quiet
so-
when she got him?
Oh
God
my
is so
God!
good.
Let me tell y'all, when he first had to go spend the night with my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law was so mad at Tasha because he had to go back home.
I love it. We love when they be fighting over the baby. And look at
Yeah.
him. What's your
God
name?
is
What
good.
auntie? What's your name again?
That's
Thank
Nick.
you, Nikki.
More Nick,
Oh,
yeah,
she came
that's
with you the first time.
Yeah,
Look at him.
yeah.
He-
They just
Child.
all
Hang in there,
love
y'all.
him
Y'all
to
get.
death.
I'm telling you, you have a
Listen.
story at the end. You have a story at
They
the
just
end.
spoil
I
Hang
him
in
to
love
there.
death.
it. I love it. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for the night. I really appreciate y'all for coming and sharing your
Thank
story.
you for having
Tasha,
us.
I'm
Thank
grateful
you,
to you.
sis. Thank you so
Because you
much.
didn't have to do that. You didn't have to update me. You didn't have to do that, but I'm glad you trusted me with your story because I do appreciate. And Doniss, I appreciate you being here. And them oxtails. What's on the menu this weekend? Right quick though.
What's on the menu is
something about some marinated steak. Seemed like I saw.
Ribeye. Marinated grilled ribeye. Yep. And spinach stuffed salmon.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go. Tasha, listen, you better be happy. The husband cook like that.
Yeah.
I will be giving him coochie coupons. He will be getting a coochie coupon. Like, look, you don't cook. And it ain't just fried chicken. It ain't just fried chicken or fried or a burger. He like doing gourmet meals.
She don't eat that.
Ooh, what you don't eat?
Salads. That's all.
Thank you, Rocky.
All right. Well, take care, everyone. We will see you May 4th. We are kicking off our mompreneurs from the D, and we will have Melody Fresh and Vanita Sanders. So see you all soon for the next show, and we'll be doing mompreneurs all in May. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and make sure to follow Rocky's Reality on all platforms. Have a good night.
Bye.